stumped me on that one. They're going to go with Priest first. I like it, but it's unfortunate. It looks like they have run into a handlock here.
Yeah.
West Virginia has just been on point in this series so far. They just know exactly what they need to do to
Well, I
really
mean,
throw this off.
if you think about it, it's a smart choice to go with the handlock. Because like I said, if they can't beat the handlock with one of their decks, they can't beat the handlock.
Right. I mean, I'm right there with you. You know, there is some amount of risk to it, but you know what it is another story.
Job's done.
The Mountaineers is their mascot. I looked it up. So I guess Grim Patron is the closest card to what someone could perceive as a Mountaineer.
I think the Mountain Giant's pretty good.
No, Mountain Giant's not a Mountaineer. Mountaineer is someone who goes up the mountain to kill the Mountain Giant.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah.
I feel like it's just someone who climbs mountains.
The damned stand ready.
Or lives in the mountains.
What's up that mountain? A Mountain Giant.
Well, that's kind of my point. Someone who like lives in the mountains or whatever, right? Grim Patron doesn't kill Mountain Giants, TJ. And neither does Dark Cultist and Blackwing Technician. This is the situation I was kind of talking about. Again, they have the Shadow Word Death here, but you do not have as many Shadow Word Deaths as Handlock has 8/8 minions. And so they're falling low on life, but this is actually kind of a benefit for them. They're getting close at Molten Giant range. They're just going to have gigantic swing turns, and Priest doesn't have those big bursts usually. They don't, you know, it's very rare you find Mind Blast in this deck to get that little bit of extra reach. I've seen it creep up in a couple lists the past couple days, but for the most part, they're relying on just having an overwhelming amount of pressure. And so this is the time where they have to make a decision. Can we afford to play around Molten Giant right now?
I don't know. If they go face, uh-oh.
Well, disaster has struck.
Yeah. Yikes.
I mean, now there's almost too many options.
Yeah, they could play Molten Giant and Healbot, go back up to 17 and start trading into creatures.
I think, you know, here's the other thing too.
But then they float some mana.
I guess when you play the Molten Giant and taunt them both up, you do risk running into a Light Bomb.
Yeah.
So, you know, which minions do you actually kill? If you kill any minions, I mean, maybe if you taunt them up, you just start going to the dome. A lot of different things could happen here. But either way, I feel like West Virginia is in a beneficial spot at this point. I feel like they're really the ones in the driver's seat after this turn.
From the start of the game, you could say. I really think West Virginia's in the driver's seat here.
What I'm saying is they could have just gotten the wrong draw and find themselves in a spot where Trinity just has all the early minions, you don't have the right defensive tools, and they just run you over.
Yeah.
That's really the way to win this matchup. Trinity College, I think, played this right. They drew the Molten Giant this time.
At least it's only one.
They're going to go with Healbot instead of the Taunt 'em Ups. They don't want any double Mind Blast shenanigans winning this game.
Yeah.
Which, if your opponent had double Mind Blast, I think they would have played it last turn when you were at 9. Maybe that's just me.
Potentially.
They wanted that extra 2 from the action trade.
Yeah.
Trinity is so lacking in any favorable trades in this spot.
They have nothing.
They just have more minions.
Yeah, more minions that are just going to get eaten up by these Mountaineers over here.
Which one's the Mountaineer?
They're all Mountaineers. Anybody can be a Mountaineer.
You just have to follow your dreams.
Yep.
And they'll all come true. Is that a Molteneer, maybe?
A Molteneer.
I climb Molten.
What's an antique Healbot then? A Bolteneer?
It's an Antiqueneer. Climbs in boutiques.
Trying too hard now. He climbs antiques.
I don't know where I'm going with that, man. Look, they're going to go with a 3/9 Twilight Drake and hope this is going to be enough. I'm talking Twilight Guardian and hope this is enough to stave off the pressure. But there's a Defender of Argus sitting back behind there, so West Virginia taking full advantage of every single step of the way here. They get the extra life tap, they can get development if they want, but they're running over this board, and they're the ones who are in complete control at the moment.
Yeah. Defender of Argus makes those trades line up so nicely. Look at that.
Trinity did try to trick them a little bit, though. They're like 2 4s across from the 8/8 and the 3 9s across from the 3/3. Maybe you miss it.
Geometrical trickery.
Geometry matters in Hearthstone. It matters Niners in Overwatch too. Hanzo, man, that guy's tough to play. Oh, geez. That feels bad. Sorry, Twilight Guardian. Trinity can't help but just shake their heads. I mean, the writing is pretty much on the wall. They need Light Bomb pretty much right here. I mean, a Shadow Word Death would still be pretty good. You could definitely recover with the Shadow Word Death, but
at least there's a Cabal Shadow Priest target now. You know, looking at the bright sides.
Hey, we need a minion for that. That actually would have been great on that initial Mountain Giant turn. On the second Mountain Giant, having the Vol'jin and be able to trade in, that would have been a really, really big swing.
Well, it could still be a big swing if they use the Cabal Shadow Priest this turn for Defender of Argus. Defender of Argus can then turn around and take out something big.
I must
next
consider.
turn.
It's pretty much their only play, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
And you may even consider playing the Northshire Cleric here, but you're still at 30. So directing the attacks of the Molten Giant, probably just want to hold off. There's Big Papa Jiraxis. Another problem for the Priest deck is being able to handle 6/6s every turn for 2 mana.
Every single turn. You're sitting there playing like a Worm Rest agent for 2 mana, and they're playing a 6/6 for 2 mana.
Are you mocking me?
Yeah, I am.
So many
I
possibilities.
don't even know what an Infernal says. It just growls, I think.
Yeah, it's just
Nice. Sometimes.
West Virginia going to take their time and just make sure that they're not missing anything here. When you have this much control of the game, one little small misstep might actually give your opponent an opportunity to get back into it here.
What's actually the best play here, though? I think Emperor Thorsan to reduce, a lot of cards.
I think just getting more pressure on the board and making sure you're still getting favorable trades and kind of shutting off your opponent's avenues is really the direction to take. And they're going to even start pressuring the damage side of things right now. Trinity has to answer this. I mean, they're staring at 14 from the Molten and the Emperor, and then West Virginia actually has more damage back behind this with the Hellfire and the Dark Bomb.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're threatening lethal from this position. Now, granted, it's from a range of cards in their hand, but West Virginia, I think they got to respect this to some degree.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. Yesterday we had 3 5-game sets, and today we're already on the verge of a 3-0 in the first match.
Yeah, I mean, this is
The spirit.
it kind of snowballed from that one Priest game.
Yeah.
There's trade number 1. They've cut the damage down to 9, but still working on a very slim amount of life.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to play the...
Let us see if this works.
Doesn't really matter where that Shrinkmeister hits,
Yeah.
it's just falling off into a turn. But West Virginia, still not able to close this one just yet. They will have to fight a tad bit more. But once again, they have decent trades and tons of pressure to add behind it.
Yeah, at this point, it's just like, what threats do they play? They can play Dr. Boom and Twilight Drake this turn, if they so choose. So also next turn, where they can play Jiraxis plus Hero Power. They're also going to get the reduction from Emperor Thorsan once again. So that'll make Dark Bomb cost 0, Hellfire costs 2. They could realistically next turn play Jiraxis, Hellfire, Dark Bomb for 9 points at first.
Yeah,
They won't
Dr.
even
Boom's
need 9
step.
points.
Cut off that Vol'jin, and Emperor is very likely to attack the face at this point. That 3/2 is pretty darn inconsequential. I mean, the only thing you really lose to is like Blood Mage, Mind Blast, which again is just, it's not a realistic range that your opponent is going to have in a position like this.
Well, might as well play around everything. Oh, no, they don't. Okay, they don't play the taunt.
Yeah, there's just no way that combination of cards is really coming up at this point.
No, I'm writing it down for later.
Trinity's going to try to fight back, but staring at all that damage in hand, it's pretty rare you get to see Jiraxis and Hellfire in the same turn.
Yeah.
This is looking like one of those games.
They're looking for Light Bomb here, digging for it. Can they find it? No.
Trinity's devastated.
Yeah.
Just draw 1 mana Light Bomb.
And the high fives already coming out for West Virginia.
Yeah, they know what's happened here. Trinity, not today. Just wasn't in the cards. West Virginia takes a very decisive 3-game set.
Yeah. Well, Trinity College, they bring fun decks. Mech Warrior, that's a very bold choice. It worked for them in week number 4, but it's not going to work for them this week as those guys on the screen, West Virginia University, take a win.